If you're tired of unexplained symptoms, crashes, inflammation, or weird brain fog after the solar flare, this is the piece you've been missing. Most people don't prepare for a solar flare. They wait. They wait until the brain is fogged, their mood is tanking, and their heart is pounding. Then they start Googling on their symptoms or they start doubling on their supplements. And this is the health equivalent of begin boarding up your windows when the hurricane already smashed them in. Today, I want to help you flip the script from being reactive to proactive because solar flare burnout is completely preventable. If you know what phase you are in and what to do in each phase. As the saying goes, 1 ounce of prevention is worth a pound of medicine. So today, I want to shift your mindset. Solar flares doesn't have to knock you out. If you wait until your brain is fried, your energy is gone, and your body is flaring up, that is already too late. The real work, it happens before the real storm hit, before the symptoms hit. And that's what we are diving today. Hi, I'm Dr. Lily Lay, and I help souls like you heal without medicine. And why should you listen to me about solar flares and health? Because I was affected. But with my experience in medicine, my skills in research, and my knowledge of energy healing, I was able to thrive through the flare. And now my health is much better thanks to this solar event. And this video is part of my Solar Resilience series where I teach you how to bounce back better and naturally. Every solar flare has 4 phases. The flare phase, which is when the sun explodes. The geomagnetic storm, when the flare finally hits the earth. The symptomatic phase, when your body reacts. And the 4th phase is the quiet phase. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the flare and the geomagnetic storm, what to do in these 2 phases, because I already explained other 2 phases. You can find it in these 2 videos. If you're just now hearing about solar flare, this is the key. A solar flare is the warning shot, is the gift of time. You have 3 to 5 days of heads up before it reaches us. And that's when you plan. That's when you build the moat around your nervous system. You don't train for a marathon during the marathon. You train before. And same idea here. When you hear about a solar flare explosion, that's your signal to clear the deck. Begin checking on your calendar and reschedule any commitments that are non-essential and they're very stressful. You want to just stay relaxed during a geomagnetic storm. Plan to say no to intense and new physical activity because they consume a lot of energy, or try to avoid, if you can, any emotional argument, family argument. Maybe this will work in your favor. Prep meals in advance. Many people don't know that prepping meals or cooking, it really consumes a lot of energy. Prep your meals ahead of time because I tell you, you don't want to just be so stressed out during a geomagnetic storm. But I get it. I know that sometimes some of the schedule cannot be moved. It's set in stone. I once scheduled a 2-hour public speaking during a G4 storm. I have stage fright. That's already full adrenaline. Add to that mixture the solar chaos. I was completely crushed, and it took me 1 month to recover. Another time, I took a new nature trail walk for peace without knowing that a G1 storm was going on at that time and that storm lasted for 27 hours. Not only that, because the trail was new, I got lost. And I was physically exhausted and overstimulated. Within 48 hours, my body started presenting soreness, inflammation, my blood pressure was spiking, I had brain fog, the works. It felt as if I was walking for 2 days straight because energetically I had. That's when I stopped winging it and I started tracking the solar flares and planning my day as if my health depended on it, because it does. In case you don't know what the geomagnetic storm does to your body, it adds a second layer of stress on top of your already stressful life. So in other words, it's like a double whammy of an invisible stress. So let's say that the flare started 3 days ago. Now the geomagnetic storm is here. This is when you ground down. Geomagnetic storm, depending on your health, can energize you, can elevate your mood, but you gotta resist the urge to do more because you're gonna pay later. Learn from my mistake. Last night, 2 hours before my bedtime, all of a sudden, I felt a surge of energy and I felt like dancing. So I did. Little did I know that the surge of energy was because a G1 storm was happening at that time, and I didn't know it was not reported in the space weather website. When I went to bed, I normally take my blood pressure, and the readings was to the roof. It was scaringly high and it was not coming down. This unexpected storm happens very rarely. Most of the time, your physicists know 2 or 3 hours ahead of time to prepare. So the lesson here is like when you know that a solar storm is coming and you feel energy, resist the urge to do more or you pay later. So what to do when a geomagnetic storm is coming? Well, clear your schedule for that day and try to spend an easy day. Walk in nature. If you can do it barefoot, the better. But sometimes the storm can last for 24 hours. So what to do? You can just stay on a earthy mat for the entire and do your indoors activity. Avoid unnecessary nerve stimulation. Avoid long drive. Avoid long screen time, loud crowds, high pressure situation. Practice the no-brainer meditation multiple times a day. I will talk about this meditation in the next video. Listen to calming music until you feel clear and calm again. These aren't extras. This is a way how to stabilize your nervous system so your body doesn't spiral into a stress response. So here's the truth. Most people that are aware of the solar flare and feel the symptoms still don't know what to do with them. They don't know how to track solar flares. They don't know what to do when a solar flare hits, and they don't know how to rest strategically. They think they're out of control. And that's why I have created the Solar Essential Wellness Club, a monthly system that teaches you to stay calm, grounded, and clear-headed no matter what the sun throws your way. When you join, you'll get instant solar alert when a solar flare explodes. So you can begin planning your days, warnings when a geomagnetic storm is on the way. So you clear your schedule. Step-by-step guide of what to do in each phase, and group coaching of simple body-based practices to rewire your nervous system for resilience, and a community of like-minded people sharing a healing journey. You don't have to overthink it. I'll track the solar flare and decode the nervous system. You just have to follow the plan and learn a lot about how your body works. And here is why it matters. We're still in the thick of the solar maxima. Since 2023, the sun has been firing off flare 2 or 3 times a month and is not letting up anytime soon. This stormy season can either wreck your health or build your resilience. So what you choose to do now, it will determine how you're going to feel at the end of the solar cycle. So don't wait until your nervous system is burned out or your energy is gone, because by then it will be very difficult to recover. Start strengthening it while you can. Right now, the club is on an invite only, but the wait list is open. So if you are tired of crashing every time there's a solar flare and want to do something about it, especially when the solar storm mess up with your energy, the link is below at your name. And I'll send you an invitation before the next wave hits. The bottom line, you cannot avoid solar flares, but you can prepare for them. The flare phase is your golden opportunity to take control of your health back before the storm hits. Use this phase wisely. In the next video, I'll reveal the number one skill I would choose to teach you if I could pick one to protect you during solar flares. If you only do one thing during the flare, make it this. It's the fastest way to build solar flare resilience. One move, 3 wins. Feel better, energy, and focus, all in one shot. So don't miss it. I'll see you there.